Hey guys, so I wanted to do non-lyric video, like my channel intro, but I wanted it to make it have to do with Ariana, Olivia, and or Sabrina, because that's what this channel is, a fan channel. So I thought that doing a how I got into each fandom series would be a good idea, and I could make one for each singer I like. And I was going to make a video of me coloring and just have a voiceover, but that didn't work, so I'll just do this instead. So this a semi-in-depth run though, my Arianator journey and part 1 on how I got into each fandom. Also, I was going to make my own voiceover, but I couldn't make it work. And rather than scraping this, I'm using an AI on CapCut. Maybe the next video will be an actual voiceover, but for now, this is what works. And I hate the way she says some things, but I hope it's fine with you guys. Okay, so this will also be very chaotic and possibly long, so bear with me. But it all started when I was 10, and in 5th grade, like December 2022 or January 2023-ish, and we were in indoor recess. And I would draw landscapes and listen to random songs on the computer, and sit in the back of the class when everyone was playing games. If you know me, you know that that's realistic, for me to be doing anything else but socializing before I had a phone or computer at home. And I had already loved Lady Gaga at the time, but mostly her popular songs. And I'd just listen to random songs. No Tears Left to Cry was one of those. That and maybe Thank You Next were the only 2 songs by her I knew were by her. And when I was checking for another song to listen to on the side of the screen and saw the 7 Rings thumbnail and title, and thought I hadn't heard it because I didn't know what it was called or who it was by. And I don't know why, but I expected to know all her songs. Yeah, I don't know. And when I pressed play, I realized that I heard it before. And then I had to watch the pink lighted video and loved it. And then I basically went through a rabbit hole filled with Ariana's songs, and I even made a slideshow about her for independent study. The slideshow had some things that were wrong, but I fixed it a while ago, but it might still be wrong. I just Googled things, but I could have looked it up on YouTube. That's what I do now. And whenever I had my mom's phone, I'd listen to her. I was obsessed, but over the summer I couldn't listen to BC. I wasn't allowed on YouTube, and my only devices were my TV and my tablet that I couldn't use unless I sneaked it. And at the very beginning of 6th grade, I kind of stopped the obsession, but I couldn't for long. Because one random day, I had my mom's phone and wanted to listen to an album. The album being Thank You Next, which is my 3rd favorite album, but for a while it was my favorite because it was the only one I had heard, so the song that made me a fan was 7 Rings, and the album was Thank You Next, kind of. And I've been her since Positions era, but it feels like a month. The next album I tried listening to was Dangerous Woman. And when I heard Moonlight, I was like, I don't know if I like it, but Dangerous Woman is next, so whatever. And that's the biggest lie I ever said, because Moonlight is the best song on Dangerous Woman, and I will stand by that, yes. I have heard Greedy and Step On Up and Into You and all the rest. Moonlight is better. Anyway, in 6th grade, I put Vevo on my TV, and when my parents were gone, I'd turn it up when I was in the bathroom, straightening my hair, or when I was cleaning, or anything like that. From that, my favorite songs were Into You, Positions, Motive, Successful, and more. And when I had her phone, I listened to Yours Truly Live from London, and I have Swiftie friends, and so I know about her. And Live from London is my Ari's version, mostly because her voice sounds so much better, and her vocals are more than they were. And that brings me to the Eternal Sunshine era. I remember the day Yes and came out. I had taken my tablet and was on YouTube, and I was subbed to her, but I remember thinking, SMT, like, oh yeah, Ariana, I haven't listened to her in a while, and played the music video to it, and just like the rest of the world, got obsessed, learned every word, and said things with my chest. And then when the album came out, I was at school and super excited to come home and listen to it, and I regret this day so much, because I listened to it out of order, and more in the background while cleaning my closet. And if I saw a new song, I clicked on it, and I don't even know what the order of songs was. I put We Can't Be Friends MV on, and then the rest, so a reaction wasn't possible. But if you guys want a man's best friend reaction, I could maybe do that if I can. Figure out how, but anyway, I spent the rest of 6th grade obsessed, and when Boy Is Mine music video came out, I stayed up to watch it, and loved it. For Easter, I got my Dangerous Woman poster, and Eternal Sunshine CD, and listened to it to the point I could remember the track list, which isn't easy for me, and I still am trying to remember Thank You Next. And when I found out that for my birthday, I was getting my computer, I made a list of songs that would go into different playlists, and most of her songs were on them, Relighting the Flame. And when I got my computer, I listed to her constantly, to the point where I was in the top percentage of listeners. But to be fair, most of the summer all I did was listen to a playlist with all her songs and play Minecraft Classic. And that same summer between 6th and 7th grade, I got my Thank You Next sweatshirt and an obsession with her perfumes, Sweet Like Candy and Moonlight. And when I went to 7th grade, I was living in that sweatshirt and got it taken away near the end of the school year because I would wear my hood, and that's unprofessional. But whatever. Low-key hate my school. But the amount of stains on that thing is crazy. Like, I have purple spray paint on it from hanging out with my friend at her grandma's, so it definitely had some battle scars, but it got loved, so that's what matters. And for Halloween 2024, I was Ariana, but we had a dance on that day, so I didn't go show it off, but I kind of got cute pics and good candy, so whatever. Then for Christmas, I got more of her perfume, my phone, and more CDs. Thank You Next. And Sweetener for her, and Harley Quinn and Guts for the rest. And then a few months later, it was the start of Brighter Days Ahead. I listened to it with my friend Ella. She's not an Arianator, but we were hanging out and she was fine with it. My first thought after listening was Past Life or Warm would be the hit, and some of the lyrics in Twilight Zone were relatable, but I didn't think it would be the hit, and I made a short before it was on the radio saying that it was the best. 1. I use that audio that says, "Here's what your favorite one of these says about you." And I have that audio memorized at this point. It's not good. But after listening to it over and over, it moved down my ranking, and if you've been paying attention, you'd know that Dandelion is my favorite, and I have been obsessed with it. And I will do a lyric video to that. But again, if you have a suggestion for a song, commented, and if I get more than one, I'll make a poll. Anyway, I have said anyway too much. Whatever, I also want to talk about my other channel for a second. First of all, this is a fan channel, but my other one wasn't going to be. I just wanted to have a channel because it was my dream job. And when I was able to make one, I kinda just did it. But for this channel, I knew I wanted to make it a fan channel. And YouTube thinks I'm a Swiftie, so I get a lot of SwiftTubers suggested in shorts. So I get my ideas from that. And made it Ariana Grande, Olivia Rodrigo, and Sabrina Carpenter. And because I can use the same idea on 3 different PPL, I can be a little lazy. But I can't do everything with Olivia BC. She has 2 albums, but still. I knew this would be a fan channel, and I had already made lyric videos, so that's why I do those. But if I had never had become an Arianator IDK, what my channel would be like, I use Canva to edit, because CapCut scares me. And I don't film, so it's fine. But I also can't make a lifestyle channel yet. So honestly, Ariana is pretty much the reason for my channel. And that's one of the reasons I love her so much. So this is my pre-outro, but I'd like to bring this up. The All My Shorts compilation won't happen. I don't have all the shorts from my old channel on this account, so I'll make that channel private and repost them here, and hopefully that's fine with you guys. And also I get in trouble easy, so if I don't post daily or I post the last video, and the video for that day on the same day, that's why, but I've done pretty good so far. So that's good, and my goal for right now for subs at just 50, then 100, and going by 50 till 1K, and whenever I do my Q&A, I just want enough people to actually ask questions, but if you guys have any now, comment them, and I will just make a doc and put them in that. And they'll get answered in that video, but all for now. PT2 will be Olivia Rodrigo, and it might be shorter, might be longer, but I can rant even when typing, so IDK. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching, bye.